Welcome to the Off-Field Drama podcast, proudly brought to you by 4X, and in particular, 4X Ultra, which is now on tap at the Caxton Hotel, and wherever else knows what's good for them and got 4X Ultra on tap.
Well, I tell you what, shareholders, it's as good as a 60-point drumming in an AFL grand final like the Brizzy Lions, because up north of the border, we just get it. And let me tell you, this 4X Ultra is as good as a Brisbane Lion victory.
4X Ultra now on tap, bloody wherever. Get it in ya.
Get it
Cheers,
up,
shareholders.
Where's the Queensland spirit now?
Yeah. Get that in your ear. Welcome to the Off-Field Drama podcast. I'm Sauce.
I am Berkey.
And look, Brizzy Lions, baby. Cheers, bruh.
Come here.
Cheers to a premiership that we've been long awaiting, not only in AFL world, but just in general,
Mate,
AFL, NRL.
The Olympic City is at the top of the mountain, and let me tell you, shareholders, we're drinking because for some it's Mad Monday, and it's because we're the last one standing.
Yeah, we're here.
We are fucking here, baby. I mean, I might be a Hawkeys man, but don't you worry, shareholders. I have a serious soft spot for those boys that play in my backyard. The Brizzy Lions, 2024 premiers.
They were real good. And the Swans are shithouse.
Absolutely shithouse.
For the record.
For the record. And you know what? It's been a tough year for the Olympic City, but the Brizzy Lions said, you know what? We've got stones, and on the final day of Saturday, we're going to show up and put a bit of respect on the Olympic City's name.
They got bulls. They got big old Brizzy Lion bulls.
Massive sack on them. All of them.
I saw the boys are into their Mad Monday work.
Were they? Yeah. Do you know where they
The
started?
boundary.
Are they at the boundary?
Yeah, good pub. Definitely got 4X Ultra.
Tell you what, saw a few shareholders at the boundary absolutely heaving. I mean, it wasn't the only place that was heaving. From the top of the state to the bottom of the state.
Yeah.
Queensland was alive.
Crazy that Brizzy and Sydney go down to the Melbourne to the G and put that display on. Well,
Crazy.
like Sydney didn't really turn up.
Yeah.
The boys from the Swans are still in Sydney, I reckon.
Yeah, they didn't get off their Virgin flight. I don't know who they fly with.
What's their go? Like, I've heard the last three grand finals they've been in, they've just been asleep. They press snooze.
They did click snooze, and they shouldn't have clicked snooze. They should have turned off their alarm and woken up, because at 2:30, if you weren't awake after Katy Perry's 15 minutes of absolute brilliance.
So good.
Jesus.
Kid Leroy got a lot to live up to.
Kid Leroy, if I'm Kid Leroy, I'm shaking.
I'm shaking in my boots because Kid Leroy would have watched.
Oh, Kid Leroy had the binoculars out.
Don't know if Katie would have watched Kid.
No. Katie's got bigger things to worry about than Kid Leroy playing at Homebush. But he would have had the binoculars out in the burrow.
I'll tell you what, if there's a market to get on it, Kid Leroy will wear his South Sydney jersey.
You reckon?
Yeah, I'm going to say that right now. Let's make that like a shareholder thing.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Probably would be extremely inappropriate for a Panthers versus Storm grand final.
But he's a fan.
Yeah.
I'd wear my Bronx jersey.
Would you?
Would you not if you were singing grand final?
I mean, if you're singing grand final and your team's not in it, I just don't know how appropriate it is.
He might wear scarf or hat.
Yeah, I could see that moron wearing something of a bunny's.
Why is he a moron?
I don't know.
don't know.
Am I sold on Kid Leroy? Probably not. I'll tell you what I am sold. Yeah, I know you are, big fella.
I like his tunes.
Yeah, look, he does have a couple if you're looking to shake the hips. But I'll tell you what, I was shaking more than the hips on Saturday. When Katy Perry came out on those speed dealers, you just knew she was here to fuck.
Yeah, she'd fuck the house down.
Oh, well,
like
they don't.
The G didn't have a roof, but if it did, theoretically, the roof would have been fucked off.
It was
Katie.
off, yeah. And if it wasn't off, it was sure as hell off in where I was.
She just knows how to put on a show, is what we're saying.
And she played Raw, and the only team that replied to Raw were the Brizzy Lions. I think it's only appropriate that we start this effing podcast, shareholders, with what is the song of 2024. And I mean, it's a song that you're going to hear for the rest of the year because they are the 2024 champions. It might go down as one of the greatest premierships the Toyota AFL season has ever seen.
I mean, 120.
There it is, shareholders.
I reckon I would have scared a few shareholders shitless
We
then.
are the pride of Brisbane. Tell me when we're wrong. Blue and gold.
We will always fight
For victory.
Yeah.
like Fitzroy and Bezamo.
There we go.
All for one.
One for all. We will hasten to the call. Go Lions. Brisbane Lions.
Oh, that's good gear. Good gear from the Lions there.
That there is tickling my nuts
Yeah.
with a little bit of 2024 Premiership anthem.
Bit of peanut butter and
Bit of peanut butter. You can dip,
Yeah.
like, what's
dip your dick in honey.
you'd like dip your dick in honey and just let it sit there because you know what you could any Lions fans out there right now, if you buttered your ball sack with honey and put it on a wasp nest, they wouldn't bite because they know that you're just full of the right sort of gear.
Yeah, I know. I love that.
Like, get it up you and get it in you.
I'm a huge subscriber of if you lose a grand final 1 year, 2023,
Yeah.
you'll win it the next year. 2024, no, what are they?
Hang
Oh,
on,
geez,
hang
I'm just thinking
on
about
a
honey and
second.
butter on my dick. I reckon if you lose the GF and you make it the next year, if you make it
Yeah.
to the grand final, you will win.
You will win.
And the Swans did it in 2022.
Yeah.
They lost, but 2023 wasn't their year, and nor was 2024
Nah.
when they had the chance because they just pressed snooze, dude.
Dude,
The Sydney Snoozers.
why would you click snooze in a GF?
Only the Swans know.
Like, think about it for a second. You could click snooze in round 12, like the Lions.
Is it a daylight savings thing?
Maybe, but it hasn't kicked in yet. Maybe they were actually an hour too early
I reckon they were an hour early.
or an hour late. Now,
Well, they could have been there early and
Yeah.
warmed up. They were warm up might have been good.
yeah, well,
I got
mate,
intel their warm up was better than what they played.
Was it? Yeah, because, I mean, you've got to ask the question. They just clearly didn't set enough alarms.
No.
And they needed to go snooze, 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 snooze. Wake the fuck up, Swannies.
It's too late now.
And it's tough because guess what? You were the best team all year and you click snooze at the right time. You turned your alarm off each week. For all the rounds, you were able to show up at the bounce. But then when Katy Perry did her thing, then our boy Cody Simpson,
Yeah, his national anthem was insane.
insane, because he actually just sung the anthem the way the anthem should be sung.
No, like little,
Yeah.
nuances and
Yeah, like,
you make it your own.
Australians.
Just good old fashioned singing the anthem so that everyone can sing it.
Just sing it how it should be sung.
Stand up,
And
take your hat off.
Oh, it's just some things in life aren't hard. Showing up on grand final day on time, not hard.
For Sydney siders, it is.
That's right. And to all the South Melbournes out there, well, maybe move to Queensland and you might be a winner next year.
We got it. We got an Innes up here.
Will Ashcroft, Norm Smith, youngest to ever do it.
Did call it.
Did call Bang.
it. Did call Lockie Neal, then I changed it last minute. If you got on that, you're welcome.
There just wasn't a bad player.
Yeah, I actually 2 minutes before the bounce. Was it bounce or ball up? What they do? Bounce. Yeah, they got to
bounced it.
bounce
And
it.
shout out to the umpire. He nailed it.
Nailed it. Well, he nailed it so that Lockie Neal got the first disposal, and I had 35 wet ones on that, and couldn't believe my eyes when he got away and scooped it and hand passed it on.
That was a lovely little fucking scoop.
It's just a
pass.
stab in the dark.
Well,
Paying 650s.
I mean, you were on the right side of the fucking leather there, weren't
Yeah.
you?
The Lockie Neal side because he didn't press snooze.
I tell you what, playing with what we believe was a broken foot too. So, wow, he left. He was fucking. He's still carrying on. He's on the gas right now in a moon boot.
He can carry on too.
Oh, carry
Lockie
on,
Neal.
he will.
And that's the sign of a good player. Carrying on off the field, usually pretty good on it.
Pretty good on it. Callum Archie, if you don't know his name, well, you fucking will now.
Who's
Kai Lohman. Old Karate Kai.
Who's the fella? He's a full forward, big guy.
Big Joey Danaher.
Nah, he's Indigenous. Another fella.
Charlie Cameron.
Nah, not Charlie.
Calamachi.
Might be him.
Yeah, kicked 4 of the best.
No, I don't know. It was him.
Well, I'm running out of superlatives.
Anyway, he had a blinder. They all did. They all played well.
Mate, from head to toe, Ryan Lester.
Did anyone not score a goal?
Oh, yeah, there were a couple. Right, Harris, the co-captain. And now, just remember this, shareholders and Saucy, I'm not sure if you're aware of this. There's a myth that runs for hundreds of years that when they do the parade and the 2 captains go up and they lift the trophy,
I saw.
The last one to hold it, they always want to hold it. Now, newsflash, Lockie Neal, last one to hold it, bang, they win. Last year, the Pies guy was the last one to hold it. Bang, Pies win.
Yeah, I saw Lockie Neal do a little interview on that, and he did the double reverse psychology.
Yeah. Just eyed him off.
Yeah, and
said, I dare you to fucking hold this longer than me because I'm not letting go.
Old mate couldn't get his hand off to press fucking snooze quick enough.
Old Dane Rim. Hey, Dane. Nice one, Dano. Anyway, it's a massive, massive achievement. Not since the glory days have the pride of Brisbane lifted the cup.
They're saying now that
Dynasty alert?
Yeah, look, let's just relax.
Yeah.
I hope so, but let's just relax.
Well, they've got about 4 guns coming off ACLs that are back. Will Ashcroft's got a younger brother who's going to be the #1 draft pick. So, I mean, I don't see him going backwards in 2025.
Old Fagan.
Can we get Fags on the couch?
Could try.
Oh, Struth almighty.
He said in 2018, he goes, look, they're not ready yet. And they were going through it in 2018, weren't they? Weren't they quite shit?
Yeah, so I'll give you a little...
He said back then to someone, and it's written down, he goes, I can win a flag with these boys. And
did he?
Well, did he? I don't know. They fucking look like they lifted the cup the other on Sunday. Saturday. What do you mean, did they?
No, as in when he first started, did he say, follow me? No, I fucking know, mate. I did watch the game.
I was like, are you listening to me?
Let me run you through. Now, and this is a lesson to all professional sports clubs, in particular the West Tigers of the NRL Telstra Premiership. 2017, Brisbane Lions, wooden spoon, dead last. 2018, near bottom of the ladder. 2019, they say, hang on a second, we're going to slowly get into our work here. They make a semi-final. 2020, they go all the way to a prelim and lose. 2021, they bow out in a semi-final, which they were disappointed about. 2022, they bow out in a semi-final. Now, this is where you really get the lead in your pencil because they got the cattle.
Yeah.
2023, they make it to a GF and they lose to the fucking Pies. And then 2024, they start the season by going to Las Vegas. What happens in Las Vegas didn't stay in Las Vegas. Newsflash, it came back to the River City.
Most things often don't.
They don't. And when they don't, carnage happens. Now, these lads, who knows what happened in Vegas, a few of us behind closed doors do, but we won't rain on the parade.
Cam Rayner,
which FYI, Cam Rayner, no wonder you are a star. And then what they do is in round 12, you'll love this. I've heard this, and this has come across my desk. Zorko, Harris, Joe Danaher, and Ryan Lester had a meeting, right?
Yeah.
Round 12. They're at this stage, I think they're under 500.
Yeah.
And they go, boys, are we at a time now where do we just bleed the young kids? And these 4 fucking stallions say, you know what? No, we're not done. They go on a 9-game winning streak, and now they're fucking drinking God's nectar, a.k.a. 4X Gold.
Ultra.
Out of the Ultra.
Either or, to be fair.
All bitter.
They're bloody, they look after themselves, so probably ultra, zero carb.
Of course, zero carb, but I bet you there's a few of them having some bitters, which you can't go past.
I love a 4X bitter.
You can't go past a 4X.
Heavy stuff.
But it honestly, the resilience shown and what they've done is remarkable. I mean, show me a professional club that's gone through what the Brisbane Lions, down by 44 in a semi-final.
The semi-final was scat.
Tip.
that one, and then the prelim even they were down by a bit.
Down by 26.
That's a team with a bit of juice in them.
There isn't a
Bit
side,
of Brisbane in them.
mate,
Tell you that.
There isn't a side in the world with a bigger set of fucking cock and balls on them
Yeah.
than those Brizzy Lions.
Like I said, I'm a seasonal Lion, and
I have been since day dot.
yeah, I'll be the first to say
Yeah.
it. My jersey comes out when they make the finals.
Correct.
My jersey comes out when they win.
Yeah, that's right.
All right.
Well, don't take it off.
I won't take it off.
No,
because
don't take it off.
That's an omen. But
I know.
I'm like, I'm not going to lie. I'm on the edge of my seat in that grand final. Like, I loved every minute of that.
It was. As a mutual fan for those out there, it would have been a shit GS.
See,
Like it was an ass whooping. It was over at half time.
it was an entertaining game though. Like
Yeah,
to see this, the just piling the goals on.
Yeah.
If I'm a buy, and I don't like that. Like, it's just
Nothing.
I don't know.
Nothing fires me up more than Brisbane bending over Sydney in any sort of sporting code.
Yeah, I mean, it was reported by Batuta Advocate that we pretty much avenged our state of origin.
Oh,
loss with
we
that.
avenged everything. Everything that New South Wales worked for, erase it, because guess what?
We were the AFL champions.
AFL champions, and we are a first now. We're the first ever to be current AFL and AFLW champions too. So bend that one over too.
The girls haven't.
Well, they won last year, so they're current.
Yeah, right. Well, if they win this year, which they probably will, they've only lost 1 or 2 games. The girls.
They're probably a lock.
Sophie Conway, if you're listening, we want you on.
Get you on.
We've hit up Isaac, her brother.
We'd love to get a Lion on.
Charlie,
it'll
happen.
Local kid.
It'll happen. Don't worry.
Yeah, love to it. Good to see the old boys. Brownie and Simon Black looked absolutely maggot, which was fantastic.
I want to get this out of the way. We got word about 4X Ultra, obviously on tap at the Caxton. Huge from our boy Paddy,
Massive.
Mr. 4X man for the Caxton. He said that they're going to hook up the shareholders.
Oh, here we go.
With some juice. So basically, come up to me if I'm here. I'll try and let the staff know. Preferably come to me just so they don't freak out.
Yep.
Shareholder, say shareholder, and you'll get a schooner, a pint, and it'll be sorted. We can't say free, but
fuck no.
We're gonna say sorted out.
Just say
shareholder.
I fucking love OFD, and I am a true blue shareholder.
You can say that. You can say many things.
And FYI, while we're on that, if you've got a cap or you don't have a cap,
you're gonna have one soon.
You're gonna have one soon because we've put in an order, shareholders, and it's as good as a baggy green coming into the summer.
Yeah, this thing on my melon. If you're viewing, but if you're listening, it's a bloody good hat. We get a lot of feedback. The pink, white, and the OFD on it.
Oh, it speaks volumes to you as a person. I mean, if you're doing it tough out there and you put that on, there's no excuses. Because
I go out and feel indestructible in it.
You would.
I feel special.
And we do have shirts.
Yeah, in the works.
In the works.
We'll keep you updated. Don't you worry.
Keep you updated. But look, from one Brisbane story to another, we must touch on our boys.
Let's get into it.
Because we have to get into it. It took everyone by storm. I mean, it was more surprising than the arse whooping that happened on Saturday. It's happened at Red Hill.
It's sad. It's sad that our club, from grand final to sacking our coach within a year, it's crazy.
It sent shockwaves. I mean, if you told me that there was an earthquake on social media, I wouldn't have been surprised.
Yeah.
Because I was actually out for dinner and my phone was blowing up.
Yeah, I hate it. Like, I'd feel like Kevy's just been thrown under the bus a bit here. They obviously did the club ride review by someone from rugby.
Collins, Mr. Collins. Yeah. He's a rugby union executive across the ditch.
Yeah.
And they've done an independent review of all staff and players.
Apparently one staffer, someone on his team, got the shits because he clips up film and it doesn't get used. And that was the main point of it. And they said, like, Kevy's gone in and gone, where's the loyalty? Like, And to be fair, that's your job, bruh. Like, that is your job. If it doesn't get used by the head coach, come on. Like, really? Like, it's his decision.
Yeah.
If he wants to fucking show your footage. And Kevy's blowing up at him. They've heard it. And they go, where's the faith?
Words.
Yeah.
And at Red Hill, we need synergy. We need everyone to come together as one. Now, obviously, reports are coming out as we speak, shareholders. That this is
Look,
live and free
like,
and in HD.
Just remember that this is Kevy. Before you announce who the head coach is, we already have. This is Kevy. Like, this is an old boy. This is a guy who's won 5 comps for the club. He's taken them to a grand final. And, like, if they came last this year, which... they came 12th. They weren't far from it. They're not as bad as the fucking Tigers.
Sure.
But, like, are you really, like, this is the Broncos. Like, are we showing no faith in an old boy, a guy that's he bleeds Bronco. Like, if there was a colour, Kevy has Bronco in him. He has that colour inside him.
So let me play devil's advocate here, okay?
Go.
So
this is good.
Yeah. So So I'll go from the other point of view.
Yeah.
So they do a review. Review comes back, an independent review. Players and staff, they believe that they're not connected. There's some clearly have got different views. There's miscommunication that they believe from Kevy and whatnot. When you get a review, do you go, okay, let's give you 6 weeks, and if it doesn't work, we'll sack you? Or do we just pull the trigger, sack you now, and we just start fresh? Because from my point of view, being devil's advocate, once whispers come out, we know how rugby league works.
Yeah.
Once this happens, I would much rather, and this is, I love Kevy. I absolutely love Kevy.
If you don't, you got a problem.
Right? Okay.
Everyone.
But I would be more annoyed is if we keep Kevy and then we go 6 rounds in and then we sack him.
Yeah.
Because then it just it turns into a nothing season again and we're at fucking square one. I'd rather just knock it on the head, get rid of the big fella now, clean cut, 2025, new coach, new system. What I do say, and because I love the Broncos, we need to remove all the fucking egos in that locker room.
Yeah.
And let's start playing fucking good old-fashioned rugby league.
Can I say to my point to that, I think that the club should have showed a bit more faith in Kevy. And that's my answer is no, I wouldn't have sacked him after 6 rounds of losses. If that did happen, I would have kept him for the whole year. I would have kept him for a whole season and then said, well, it's just where is the faith in the head coach and a guy who literally he deserves more than that, mate. He deserves more than that. It's one season where you're not making excuses, but it's like
he lost the locker room clearly.
Do you think if all the players were honestly, if you asked 17 of the players or the whole squad and you said, who do you think's responsible for us not making the finals? Us as a team or Kevy? Who do they say?
Yeah, well
I think they're accountable enough to say it was us.
Yeah, but some of them probably don't have the stones on them to say it. And that's probably what's occurred. They can't take responsibility for their shit performances. Because let me tell you, some of the shit that I saw from our Brisbane Broncos this year, and I love my Brisbane Broncos, but sometimes you just need to call a spade a spade. I
don't know. Like
it was as good as under 16s D's footy out there.
You know.
No, seriously, some of
I'm just thinking, imagine like
some of the tackling and shit attack that went on.
Do you reckon you could do a better job?
No. Absolutely not. But I'm not a fucking professional rugby player. If I train my ass off, I just don't get how you can go from the top of the mountain.
Nah, neither.
We are the Brisbane Broncos.
Yeah.
The Brisbane Broncos.
And don't ever forget that.
Don't ever forget that. And what I saw in this year was as close to fucking, I don't know, worse than the fucking
West Tigerisms,
Everton Park Rhinos or whatever the fuck they're
I mean,
called.
just...
And I love the Broncos too. Like, I mean, I don't need to say it.
Yeah.
But there needs to be accountability from the players. I hate that coaches are the scapegoat. That's today's day and age. But anyway, the chat is Michael Maguire. We broke it first. This is all allegedly.
No, it's now confirmed. He's definitely getting the job.
Yeah, it's as close as fucking me picking a 3-legger on a Saturday.
It's the worst kept secret.
It is
Brisbane.
the worst. And now we've gone against our grain here because normally Broncos always like a Queenslander.
You like it?
Big fan.
And I don't not like it. I mean,
like let's
put
put
Billy
Kevy,
would be Billy. Put Kevy aside.
Let's put Kevy aside.
Kevy's. We love him. He's on the sideline now. He's watching. He's going to be on Fox. He's sweet. He's back to his old
I've
gig.
got a feeling he might be on the couch.
Next best thing.
It'd be nice if we could get Kevy's first media appearance on OFD.
Yeah.
What are the chances of that?
He comes here. He frequents here.
Do you reckon you could break that to him?
That'd be a massive get.
It'd be a massive scoop. And I mean, we're full of big
We'll give
scoops.
Kevy his time just to chill, but we'll
Well,
hit him
I
up.
think if there's ever a couch that he feels comfortable speaking,
Yeah.
because he's
I mean, he's not going to talk shit.
No, we just want to talk Kev. Like, I would be happy not even to I want to talk to Kevy about,
Kevy things.
yeah, let's just, let's get the backside of Kevy on the couch. Jeez, that'd be a scoop.
Yeah, it would. I'm just thinking about how do we go about this. There's many ways. I think it can be done.
I tell you what you do is you fucking fill him up with some 4X gold and ask him the question after about 10 pints.
Did you hear his right-hand man, Mr. Alf?
What's happened?
He's not happy, and he's thinking of following suit.
Oh, now that's big.
See, that's
Well,
it's kind of like a go fuck you.
Hang on a second. Now we're losing our 6 and 7.
Yeah, like that'd be.
You can't lose Alf.
You can't lose out.
No, like I mean, you can't lose. You can't lose anyone.
We can't.
But you can't lose Alf.
It seems like it.
That's like a horse riding without a jockey. And he gets disqualified.
They'd have no structure. They'd have less structure without Alf.
Alfie is our James McDonald. Like, when J-Mac's on a horse, you know you're in a good place.
When Alfie's on the field, I'd love to know the stats of when tries are scored and defensively how well they go. And when he's off the field,
Mate,
it's they'd probably go to shit.
When Alfie gets on the field and we're in the red zone, it's like doing a shoulder check at the 100. You just know we're going over.
Yeah. Well, it's like a 14th player, I guess.
There was whispers that Big Brad Thorne might have thrown his name
That's
in
that's as likely as Billy. That's as likely as Billy. That is La La
I
Land
reckon
shit.
Billy's more likely than Big Brad Thorne.
Billy.
I threw the idea out of Big Wendell Sailor turning back
Jesus.
the clock.
Your whole thing with Madge is you like it because he's going to hold them accountable.
I love it.
And get them out of there.
They need it because there's no bullshit. Ego's out the window. I know there's a lot of people out there that don't like Madge. Now, let me tell you just quickly about Madge. Madge took the West Tigers that are now... Are they back-to-back-to-back spooners?
I hope so.
Or they're at least back-to-back
It wouldn't
spooners.
surprise me.
He had him finish 9th. Now, 9th for the West Tigers is as close to a premiership, right?
Yeah.
Then he took New Zealand and he beat the Kangaroos. Then he took New South Wales and he beat Queensland in a decider at Suncorp. Madge knows how to fuck.
And yeah, he fucked us this year.
Okay? He fucked us. And he won a premiership with the Rabbitohs. Now... Everyone might say, blah, 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 blah. Nah, Madge can do it.
Madge can coach.
Madge can coach.
Do you know, out of all those that strikes me as the most impressive is the when he coached the Kiwis to beat Australia.
Correct.
That's the most impressive to me because the Rabbitohs won. The team was stacked. Like it had GI, Burgess, and it was against the Bulldogs. But the New South Wales one against Queensland. He picked a great team. Like
Great
he literally
team.
picked a great team, the best team that New South Wales probably could have got out on the team on the field. And a few of them, you go, yeah, you know, it's actually like Lomax, great form. Bradman
Correct.
Best picking him in really good form. Luau picking him. Everyone had question marks over him for some reason in Origin. He picked him. Moses.
He makes tough calls.
He couldn't have picked a better back row pair with Liam Martin.
Well, he followed. Do you know what he did?
Cameron Murray and
Murray.
Crichton.
He followed the Queensland recipe.
Yeah.
And the Queensland recipe is the winning recipe. So, look, I really do like it.
Yeah.
Okay.
The only thing I mean, like, who have we had? We had Bennett twice as coach.
Yeah.
We had Ivan Henjak for an unforgettable, stint. We had Seabold, Anthony Griffin, and then Kevy. Not in that order, obviously.
Ivan Henjak.
I did say Ivan Henjak for a forgettable stint.
So he was just putting on a five-legger.
He was probably the worst of them. But now we've got a blue. Was Seabold is he a New South Welshman? No.
I don't know. Griffin, maybe?
No, Griffin's a Rocky boy.
Yeah, he's a Queenslander.
Yeah.
Ivan's a Queenslander. Look, he was the best out there. Brad Arthur, potentially.
Nah, that would have been awful.
Stevie, you would have picked Brad Arthur or no?
Who's your coach for the Broncos? Who would you pick?
Yeah.
But who would you have picked?
Yeah, you happy with that?
An even better question now for the shareholders and you. Who would you pick for New South Wales as the head coach? Who cares? Good answer.
Stevie Farquhar, right on the money, the big fella. That will be interesting who those New South Wales Weasels pick.
Yeah.
Boyd Corden is probably my pick.
Yeah. He'd be a good assistant. Maybe Trent Barrett will probably get it.
Well, no, because he's assistant coach with us.
Is that going to stick?
So I think Dave Donahue has come out and said that Ben Teo, but this doesn't make sense to me because normally when head coaches come in, they just wipe their staff clean and they get to decide. So unless he's got a relationship with Trent Barrett and Ben Teo. Well, he would have you know what? He would have a relationship with Ben Teo because I believe Ben Teo was in the Rabbitohs team that won the premiership.
True, he was.
So
he
there
was.
you go,
Wow.
shareholders.
Well, Ben Teo's linked with Bennett quite heavily, and I think he's...
Well, Ben Teo's assistant coach for the Broncos. That's locked.
Is it actually?
Yeah.
Where was he? The Dolphins.
He was
coaching
coach for the Dolphins, but they lost to the Devils.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
Yeah, so I think what you'll find is things will be pretty,
Fun fact, also coached Nudgie's second 15 this year or last year, which is... Guy can coach. He can coach.
Did? Ben
Teo, apparently, yeah.
Okay.
Imagine that, rocking up to Nudgie as a fucking 17-year-old and Ben Teo's your coach.
He's done it all, that kid, hasn't he?
He's a good bloke too. He's actually like a good bloke. No coincidence that he can coach.
No coincidence. And I mean, love to get him on the couch too.
Yeah, we'll go for it. Ask him.
Yeah. Well, actually, I do have an in there because I actually, through his wife's sister, I have a connection there.
His wife's brother's sister's cousin.
Wife's brother's sister's cousin's mother, yeah. So anyway, let's get a bit of speak pipe going.
You want the speak pipe in here?
Yeah, because I think there's a bit in that.
Before we get into speak pipe, I've got to get it up. I wanted to go back to a shareholder who accused me of saying that NT and ACT are states. I said that they're states.
Yeah, well,
clearly they're fucking territories, right?
No, well, I did just actually speak face to face with this legendary shareholder about this.
He is a good bloke, but
he's actually a very important shareholder as well. So you better watch.
I just want to quickly say, like, what do you think the difference of a state and a territory is?
Well, they're two different things. One starts with a T and one starts with an S for starters.
Under the Constitution, the states are recognised as independent entities with guaranteed powers. They are a sovereign body with full powers of self-government. The territories, on the other hand, have a far more limited constitutional status. They are limited under the control of the Commonwealth. So does that mean they don't have premiers?
No, look, I'll be honest with you. I dialed out halfway through that, so I sincerely apologise.
I just looked into it and I thought, fuck up.
I couldn't believe you were reading to me the definition between a state and a fucking territory, and the Lions have just won a premiership. And we're on fucking Wikipedia working out a state and a territory.
Shut your mouth.
God, you're honestly playing like the Sydney Swans right now.
The another thing that I've got here is,
here we go.
Did you read anything about, you didn't hear about Peter and the Western Bulldogs? I told you about this.
Yeah, talk me through this.
So they've come out, this is not fake. Like, I thought this was satire. I genuinely looked it up. And
sure.
They honestly, they want Peter, who's, I don't know what they stand for. What are they?
Peter the Pumpkin Eater.
Yeah, what does Peter stand for starters?
What do you mean?
They're like an animal, Greenpeace type thing.
Yeah, right. Well, you're one of them.
Okay.
One of those scholars.
Here's why Peter is urging Western Bulldogs to retire Bulldog mascots. promoting breathing impaired dog breeds known as bibs normalises their suffering from numerous respiratory ailments. With this in mind, Peter sent a letter to the AFL club Western Bulldogs calling on its president to retire Caesar and Sonny, the team's live bulldog mascots. English bulldogs, French bulldogs, pugs and other bibs are deliberately bred to have flat faces and squashed, almost non-existent noses that can result in severe health problems, including, I'm not even going to say that word, syndrome, which is a leading cause of
syndrome.
death for bulldogs. What did you say?
What is that?
I don't know. Is it Down syndrome for dogs? It's basically French bulldogs and English bulldogs can't breathe.
Me, man. I am sick and tired.
So does that mean the fucking Canterbury Bulldogs have to change their name?
Yeah. What are they? The Canterbury Pugs?
What? No, they want them to call, this is the best, the Western Mutts.
Oh my God, man. I can't keep up with society.
Can you stay in your fucking lane, Peter? Stay in your lane.
Peter, honestly, sit on it.
Like, where do you get off?
Nah, Peter, you must be one of the most bored motherfuckers in this world, and you must be jerking yourself silly in your dirty little cave.
PETA. Peter.
Oh, he's a petter.
Peter.
Like a petter breed.
It's an organisation.
Oh, well, fuck the lot of the petters. I thought it was a genuine individual.
No. But someone's written that. Like, some fuckwit has sat there and gone, I don't like this. I'm going to write a letter to the fucking AFL. If I was the AFL and the Western Bulldogs, I'd go, respectfully, go fuck yourself in a letter back.
Yeah, signed by Katy Perry too, who I bet can get involved in it.
Aren't the Western Bulldogs shithouse right now?
No, they're not too bad.
Or like they're kicking them while they're down.
Yeah, fuck off, mate. Katy Perry, I got to get her name out of my head. I'll tell you what, the Adelaide Crows, whoever the Adelaide Crows designer is, needs a fucking reality check too. You seen that new Adelaide Crows logo that they're thinking of changing it to?
But I've seen the Brisbane Roar's new jerseys, and they're insane.
Okay, we are surely Brisbane Roar's season. That can't be close.
It's very close.
Can they get relegated?
It's going to be set up soon that they can. There's going to be two divisions.
Yeah, good.
And we might not ever see the Brisbane Roar again.
Any danger of relegating the actual A-League?
No.
So it's not on free to wear?
I'll show you their jerseys after this, and I'll post to the shareholders. Their new jerseys, I didn't think I would ever buy an A-League,
Don't tell me you like the jersey.
Dude, I'll show you them. They're classy. It's a classy
Mate,
fit.
we could probably sponsor the fucking A-League for $100 a week, man.
The off-field drummer A-League.
The off-field drummer. Or at least we could definitely get like a sleeve. How about the Qantas, the old Cadbury Wallabies?
They played well, man. They
lost.
They played well in the first half. You didn't let me finish.
Right.
They just can't put together 80 minutes. That's their whole problem. In Bledisloe 1, they pressed snooze. They didn't turn up for the first half, came back in the second half and it was too late. The Kiwis just did their thing. And much like this, they started really well. They were leading the game.
Yeah, sure.
They scored the first try.
Fraser McRide, our guy. Fraser effing McRide. I mean, death, taxes, and F McRide scoring a meat pie.
Anytime the kid plays, put something on him. Respectfully. Gamble responsibly. But
gamble responsibly, all right. Give it the pepper.
It's almost an omen. Like that he is going over because he sat on this couch.
There was once a shareholder that gave me a multi. It was All Blacks into wings. I said, what are you going to give me for that? I think he was lucky to get $1.05. I'll tell you what you can do. You can throw fucking Fraser McRide in there.
Throw him into any multi.
My God, Father, does he like a fucking white line fever?
Just put a single on him.
Oh, you'd truck him into something.
They pay high too.
Oh, you get threes.
Union off. I'd say 4, 5, 6s maybe.
Shit.
Yeah.
That's better than fucking the things I was backing at Rose Hill.
Is it a coincidence that he, since coming on the couch,
no, it's not a coincidence.
Like, he wasn't even in the team. I mean, he was definitely going to be picked by Schmitty.
Oh, Schmitty was always going to have him. Oh, fucking gravy and schnitzel.
But his form is just stupid.
It's outstanding. I mean, we probably need to talk to Dave Donahue and organise to have once a week every Broncos player sit on the couch in the preseason.
I've got Dave's number.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, for all the right reasons too.
Yeah. I don't mind Dave.
No.
I mean, he's our CEO. So
do you know what? Dave, and this is what's good about you. When you want to act, do.
Yeah.
Don't beat around the bush. You just go and do it. But so the Wallabies went down swinging. So what's that now? So we didn't win it since 2003.
Mate, it's been a long time.
It's going to take something.
They were the
Suwali's
boys.
going to go over and do the spring tour. So it'll be interesting to see how he goes. Whether or not he debuts is another story.
Suali'i.
Suali'i.
Yeah.
What did I call him?
Suali.
Suafalongo.
Who's that?
Remember, he was the one that jobbed Braithen Aston on the jaw.
Okay.
But yeah, let's get into a bit
Let's
of
go
speak
speak pipe.
'cause
So
I
this is from a shareholder with no name, but nonetheless a shareholder, and he's got an idea.
Okay.
Hey guys, Jordan Innes here.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh.
Long-standing OFD shareholder, also a really good friend of both Berkey and Sterling. I think I speak for
Welcome.
all the shareholders, and I strongly encourage this, but I think that we all need to be in the same room together to forecast the next 12 months of OFD, and
How blind is
there's
he?
so many people from far and wide that need to have a say. So I'm open to putting $2,000 across the bar at the Caxton.
Holy hell.
I think that free entry is warranted for shareholders who wear a nice blazer, a tie, their team's footy shorts, and a pair of Crocs. But
I love that.
correct me if I'm wrong.
You're not going to be corrected because you're not wrong.
I tell you what, he sounded like fucking stutter Jill there. He was, every word
Jill
was
throwing 2K over the bar.
Hey, respect.
What?
What an OG shareholder.
We'll match that.
We will match
The Caxton
that.
and OFD will match that.
I gotta say, I love the idea of the shareholders coming together for a board meeting in pluggers, footy shorts, and a suit top. For the ladies, maybe a skirt, like a tennis skirt, because we've got female
if
shareholders.
they got footy shorts.
Oh, footy shorts,
I mean,
yeah,
footy
go
shorts
up.
encouraged. But they going to wear a suit?
I just want a suit jacket or a sports blazer.
Yeah. Get out of your
it'll-
dad's closet if you don't own one.
And it'll be a fucking party because
Should we have a punt day?
Mate,
A board meeting punt day?
We'll have it all. This is off-field drama,
Should we
baby.
legitimately do this year?
Yeah, I love
for
the
Christmas?
Mate, Jill, that's an outstanding idea.
Let's actually suss a
Or
date out.
maybe a mid-season one.
A mid-season soiree.
Yeah, but I love that.
I think the shareholders deserve it for the end of the year.
And it's good for all shareholders to come together and see, who else is part of the board.
Yeah.
Because we're all as one.
A shareholder
Board meeting.
Okay,
But it
punt day.
just turns into one of the great fucking gas-ups of all time.
We're going to make that happen. This is from another shareholder, and he has said Olympic City does it again.
Oh, like where this is going.
Here we go.
Great place to be on Saturday, wasn't it, fellas? The Olympic City produced another great day. Saturday, the Lions got up into this week, grand final weekend, which means it'd be a good time to, recap on the year that was, all the memorable moments, and all the deals that were put out on the table.
Oh, here we go.
So he's referencing your bet with me
Which is what?
when you said you would jump out of a plane.
Yeah, but we both got it wrong.
No. I think, in fact, if you would listen back.
Hang on a second.
If you listen back to it, which I don't have.
No, well, we can go to the archives.
But-
I've got all the time in the world.
He actually said the minute in a previous. I think I played it with Jaral when you were away.
Right.
When he speak pipe.
Sure.
But what was our bet? I think you will find that you have to jump out of a plane. You lost a bet and we shook on it.
Yeah, so we shook on a bet, shareholders, if you are a new shareholder, and it's an absolute privilege to have you on board. We had a bet that if the Gold Coast Titans didn't come last, I would jump out of a plane. Now, I am absolutely mortified of heights, and hence why I'm still mortified of heights. But then big fella Saucy to the right of me said, righto, well, I'll match ya, and if the Rabbitohs don't come top 8,
Last.
last, you'll jump out of a plane. Now, obviously, we were both wrong. Look, If someone wants to fucking put up a GoFundMe page that fucking pays for me to jump out of a fucking plane and my heart goes 0 to 100 and I potentially cark it on the way down, I'll do it.
I'll join you.
How's that?
I'll join you.
If you get a fucking, what's it called?
A GoFundMe page.
GoFundMe page, and you raise enough money to pay for me, it better be not windy.
The OFD skydive.
And I want to have the best fucking parachuter in this country.
I want 3.
Oh,
I want, you know, they have a backup. I want 3.
You might you'll have a helicopter.
I want someone there with 3 parachutes and a guy that tracks us down if anything goes wrong, just on the sideline.
Any chance of having the SAS fucking watching me?
To be honest, I couldn't.
This is big because my heart's already
If the money's put up, you can't not do it.
Yeah,
Otherwise, we'll donate it to charities.
Yeah, happy to go. They'd happily give it to charity. But anyway, I appreciate that shareholder. He said that well. He was diligent. He was classy. So
Yeah, another
that
little
was all
tip.
the speak.
That was all the speak.
Yeah, they're absolutely lining up this week,
6 more songs.
mate.
Yeah.
6 more songs at Ipswich.
Yeah, that shit won.
In the 800-metre sprint.
It was a favourite, and you said it drifted.
Drifted out, but gee, I think it sat 3 wide the trip.
Fucking drifted home.
Tell you what, if you didn't post it, I don't think it wins.
Yeah, that's the theory.
I'd love to know how many shareholders got on board there.
Yeah. Did you?
No, I didn't have a
Did you get on Will Ashcroft?
Actually, I tell you what, you'll love this. I think our dog's running around today revived. At 9 o'clock tonight.
You must post.
It's running at 8. Now it's probably a bit too much for revived, but anyway, shareholders, probably one of the wins of the season.
I'll put a blueberry on that.
It's running at Maitland. Now you're probably going to miss this, obviously, shareholders.
Well, no, you post. You post in the group. Shareholders, if you're not in the group, OFD shareholders, get around it on Facebook.
Yes.
And get active on there because that's what it's for.
I'm going to fire into my legend of the week.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, because I'm just straight on into it. Look, I just banged my fucking nose on the microphone.
That is not the first time you've done that. What on earth?
Jesus, tomorrow.
Oh.
Look, my legend of the week, and it comes as no surprise. You've got to give respect where respect is due. Chris Fagan.
Yeah.
Mate, to bring that team together as one over everything that's occurred. I don't know if you saw the footage on Friday when they did the captain's run. There was about 15,000 Fitzroy and Lions fans. They just fucking love him.
Yeah.
He's turned into a coach that everyone just fucking loves. Like, you just love to just cuddle him.
He seems like a likeable guy.
Absolute character.
Did you watch the video where he put down the cones?
The cones.
Yeah, and the crowd was geeing him up.
Crowd just loving it. Now,
and he played to it. He played to it. Yeah.
Mate, that's a bloke that knows he's just got the Lions faithful by the balls.
You see Wayne putting down cones?
No.
Nah.
No, you see him putting down chairs in the locker room.
Great point.
Great point.
Don't know what I was having to go at Wayne for there. I thought about it in my head and I go, no, I like Wayne.
You had a crack at the great
and you
man.
pulled me up on it.
I had to pull you up.
You did. You had to. Because
I had to.
It's Wayne's world.
It is Wayne's world.
Wayne's world.
But Fags, that's a coach that is just loved by not only the locker room, but then the faithful outside.
And outside the the Lions, like the AFL community like him, I think.
Love him.
Yeah.
And you've got an oldest coach in the comp.
Is he really?
And what is only, I believe, one of 2 coaches that aren't ex-players.
Was he not? I thought he was.
No, look, he
might have been in the VFL or something.
He might have played fucking 5th grade, but not professionally.
Yeah.
Now, my knob of the week, and we're going to stay on this AFL tune, it's Isaac Heaney. Now, Isaac Heaney was as close to the best player all season. He may have not won, the Brownlow due to being suspended. The shit that he put up on Saturday. Now, Josh Dunkley, credit to Josh Dunkley.
Yeah.
He was outstanding.
Is he a twin?
Well, he's definitely got a sister that I believe plays for the Queensland Fire.
Yeah, Laura Dunkley.
There you
She
go.
can play it too. She's one of their better players.
Well, when you got a name like Dunkley,
Dunkley's a real Queensland
you
name.
know you're dunking on all them cowards.
Pretty sure they're country folk.
Oh, they sound it.
Yeah.
Anyway, Isaac Heaney, you've got to stand up in a big moment, in a big game. I don't care what's going on. The whole Sydney Swans, for in fact, you're actually fuck it. The Sydney Swans are actually my fucking knobs of the week for dishing up some of the most pathetic footy I've ever seen in a grand final.
They snoozed, bro. We spoke about this. They snooze.
How do you click snooze in a GF, man? I think maybe they didn't turn the alarm up. So
They might have just had it on vibrate.
Yeah.
And on game day, grand final day especially, you can't
turn it up.
You can't have it on silent.
Because it was just pathetic. Now, we haven't touched on this, and we've got to. We've got an NRL grand final.
We do.
We like, believe it or not, we're not done.
I was just caught up in Lions mania. I was caught up in the den.
The jungle is roaring.
Yeah.
But we got the grand final we've asked for.
Yeah, we got to dive into this. Firstly,
Storm must win.
they're favourites, $1.80.
Storm just must win because Mount Druitt doesn't deserve 4 in a row.
I saw something where this would be the most. It's true. It will be Bellamy's biggest win because they haven't won after the Cam Smith era with Cronk and Slater, and having Hughes, Money, Pappy, and Grant, arguably even like a more insane spine right now. The way that they're playing, if they break the premiership streak of the Panthers, that'll elevate Bellamy to just new heights.
Oh, totally.
And he's already got a legacy, and he's one of the greatest coaches that'll go down
To do it, sure.
But if he wins this, he's right up there.
Right up there. And now, obviously, you might have seen shareholders. Nathan Cleary's shoulder is clearly not 100%.
Is it shattered?
He went down near the try line. So expect traffic coming his way. I really hope. It kills me that Nelson's probably not going to play. They're fighting it.
There's no way he plays.
No, they're fighting it, but...
To be fair, if they've come out and they've said he's got 4 weeks, he's not getting off it.
Mate, they're trying to downgrade it by 2 grades, which, in the English dictionary just doesn't happen.
Yeah, he didn't need to do it either.
It was big. I mean, Paul Lindsay Collins played the ball the wrong way.
Lindsay Collins was in La La Land.
So you don't need to ask if it had an impact on Lindsay. He was playing the ball to the Storm there.
If he plays it straight, does it...
Yeah,
does it help his cause?
Maybe. And look, they probably will try and use that, but they can't. I'm going Mad Dog Money Munster for Clive Churchill.
Well, I said put him down anytime. Maybe put that into a dub.
Put it into a dub. OFD, we can't have the fucking Panthers going 4 in a row.
It should have been ended last year.
It should have, exactly.
Yeah,
So it's gonna take Queenslanders from 2 states away to get the job done.
Yeah. My Daily M is Jerome Hughes.
Well, yeah, that's right.
He's the most deserving. He's been the best player all year. And if they win the grand final, which I hope they do, that doesn't go into it, but he's the 2024 has been Jerome Hughes' year.
Oh, and he was absolutely special. Once again, the finals in the NRL have been shithouse, and that's why AFL's bigger than AFL. And so we'll leave it on that note, shareholders.
No, we won't, because our PVL, he's got something to say about that. I was going to let it go, but you can go fuck yourself.
Bring it on, PVL.
So, a shareholder put this across my desk.
Just quick shout out to Broadsiding that won the Golden Rose first up. That was a stellar win, and yes, I did give that the pepper.
Who's give us some of your Spring Carnival jam for the shareholders if we're going to have a punt day.
Yeah, happy to. While you look into that bullshit. Look, I'll give you something. I was on I Wish I Win shareholders in the Manicato, which you would have known, and just the truck didn't suit. It was coming home late. Worth a follow.
Yeah. While I try and find this, another thing that I sort of realised was the Broncos really got affected by Ben Eichen leaving the club.
Yeah, that was a talking point.
More so than people realise, I think.
Oh, there's a lot going on at Red Hill, and we just have to work it out, because in 2025 they will be winning the Telstra NRL Premiership, and there is a good chance that the Lions go back to back. Actually, no, Hawks win.
Okay,
I think that's us shareholders.
I'm fine on this thing.
Because I've got a piss.
Have you?
Yeah.
Well, you go pee.
No. Let's
Anyway, PVL just says that there's fucking rocks in your head if you think that the AFL is bigger in Sydney.
Yeah, I saw that, and look,
Yeah.
I get it, but just know from a global point of view,
Global? Because you're not international yet.
nationally.
What's the shit in China? Isn't there something where AFL is getting big in China?
I'll tell you what, they're playing it in London.
Yeah, they're also playing rugby league in a lot of rugby league in London. Bergie's got a piss, so
that's enough.
let's
mate.
wrap her up, shareholders.
Go the Brizzy Lions. For all those Lions fans out there, have a fucking good summer. Have a fucking good Mad Monday.
And we'll get back to you about a shareholder day, a board meeting, because
Yeah,
that's
board
happening. I'm going to
meeting.
make that happen. And don't forget, get your Ultra here. Come in, say shareholder. She'll be on us.
Storm in Golden Point.
Munster anytime.
Where's the Queensland spirit now?
Oh, yeah.